5 years ago, I met a little boy who changed my life. At that time, I was a freshman looking for a part-time job, and I stumbled across the Child Development Lab at the McPhaul Center. Today, I am one of the lead infant teachers and one of the sole males there on staff. What I didn't know then was just about how much my life was about to change. You came into my life like a quiet storm, like a silent rain that raged on. I wasn't used to bathing in the rain, just silently withstanding the pain. Until you appeared right before my eyes, it was then the flames began to rise. It was time to be born anew. One of my first days subbing was in the preschool classroom. As I stood back there watching, there was one child in particular that stood out to me. He liked to help others, but most importantly, he liked to lead. Burke would take my hand and lead me around the classroom and show me what it was that I was supposed to be doing. We spent the entire day telling stories, building life-size forts, even playing basketball. Suddenly, it was 4:30. I didn't even know that it was time for me to leave. We spent the entire day just playing, and I felt more like myself than I had in a very long time. When I met Burke, I was going through one of the hardest times of my life. My grandfather had just passed away. Having been raised by my mom with the help of her parents, losing him felt like losing both my father and my best friend. My grandfather was the epitome of perfection in my eyes. He was a man of few words. When we were together, we would do anything, ranging from dance movie marathons to even catching fireflies in an old mason jar at night. He taught me what it was like to be myself and enjoy every moment of it. I didn't know what it was like to live in a world without him. Summer began the day you left. All of June, the sky wept. Save me from the reality of being without you. Remembrance of your love I can't undo. I know that you are with me. Traces engraved on my soul, kisses on my skin, fingerprints upon my heart. But during this difficult time, I somehow found myself in a job where I'll spend most of my time with toddlers. Now, I know some of you may think your coworkers act like toddlers, but mine actually are. At any given time, you can look down, find yourself covered in boogers, or even have a set of hands way too close in your personal space. One time, I even had a child projectile poop all over my classroom walls. With this age group, you can always stick to lesson plans because they learn best through play and experience. Sometimes you find yourself doing crazy things like making green mashed potatoes, or even using pudding paint to teach your kids about taste and texture. I had a unique opportunity every morning to show up to work and just play. Play is something that you don't think about, you just do. That's the beauty of it. It's unstructured and unorganized. With it, you just let go and be in the moment. It's a euphoria that you never have to come down from. Burke and all my other students reminded me of something that we as adults often forget. You don't have to take life so seriously. You can live in the moment and embrace every mess. Not only that, but they showed me that teaching was something that I want to do for the rest of my life. And there was one day that became evidently clear. It was Burke's last day of preschool before he went on to elementary school. And he came up to me and he said, "Darius, we need to have a talk." He took me by the hand, led me to the amphitheater, sat me down, and like the little old man that he was, had his finger pointed out like a parent lecturing their child and said, "Now this is going to be hard for the both of us. But don't you cry, okay? You've got to be strong. You've got to stay here and take care of my sister. You are my best friend and will be in my heart always, I promise." Then he hugged me and he whispered, "Our motto is that we never say goodbye, but instead, see you later." It was in that moment that I realized just how much I had grown in the past year, both as an educator and an individual. Play is universal and has no boundaries. It introduces a person to their true self. And with it, we can imagine the impossible. It has taught me to, most importantly, learn how to incorporate both imagination and creativity, not only in my life, but the life of my kids as well. My purpose in life is to change the life of at least one child the way Burke has forever changed mine, leaving his fingerprints upon my heart. As educators, it is our job to mold these children into the strong, unique individuals that they are destined to be. This is the lasting legacy that I want to leave with my students, because I want them to know that my passion for life will always be bigger than my fear of losing myself. Aren't they cute? But yes, we have the power to mold them into the strong, unique individuals that they are destined to be, because in return, they can teach us about love, life, play, and letting go. We can create the environment where our children not only find the power to find themselves, but most importantly, find the power to change the world. Thank you.